Sound matters. Sound really matters. Your CNC machines make a lot of noise, and well, I realized by the time I was bleeding out my ears at the end of the afternoon that I was in need of help. So we reached out to a professional, Ruan from Serge Sound, the head instructor for Rational Acoustics, to come in and help us identify just how much sound really matters when you own an industrial CNC machine from AM.CO.za. So right now, Ruan, the calibrator is giving tone.
Yes,
Okay.
so I've switched it on. It's set to give tone at 94 decibels.
Oh,
So in this little vacuum seal, the microphone is receiving 94 decibels.
Okay.
So then Smart now knows, okay, so there it's saying that's my reference signal is 94 decibels.
Great.
Then there we go. So now we've got calibrated level. So at the top here, I can now set this to, let's say, SPL weighted slow, and there we have 94 dB SPL. First thing that we can do is start our logging process. So now Smart SPL logs over time. It logs the different metrics, and we can view the different metrics over there. So SPL fast, we can say we want LEQ, all those type of things. So it will log all of these metrics, and then when you stop the logging, it'll save it into a file.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this machine right now is loud. I know it's loud, and it's
Yeah.
in that range from what I can see that we're very sensitive to as human beings. So I'm worried about my own protection.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think anyone who buys a machine ultimately is going to run into the same space.
Yeah.
It's possibly going to be smaller, maybe it's a big industrial factory, but here right now we can actually look at real life data over time as I'm working and
Yeah.
real
And
life
there's a South
application.
African standard, it's a SANS document. I think I stand corrected, but I think it's 100183, which has got guidelines towards noise at work or occupational noise exposure. And it gives a responsibility of the employer and the employee how to protect their hearing, and it also gives guidelines of how much noise exposure you're allowed to. And I believe the number is 85 decibels average, so that's an LEQ, equivalent level, over 8 hours.
Okay.
So that could be, sections of it could be higher, but over the 8 hours it averages out to 85. If you are exposed to higher levels for 8 hours, then you need to wear hearing protection. So the South African standard is a bit limited. If you want to get more information, you can look at the OSHA or the NIOSH standards from America, and they actually give you tolerances where it jumps up in either 3 or 5 decibel increments. So every time the level goes up 3 decibels, the exposure time halves. So if you go from 85 to 88, then you're only allowed to be exposed to that level for 4 hours before you start getting hearing damage. So the best first step is to get the data and then analyze the data and then make decisions. But you can see here we're sitting at about 60, 70 decibels, just me talking next to the microphone. So it's good to get the data. So this will just give you the single number, the overall broadband level over time. You can then look at the real-time, the RTA information to be more frequency specific. Okay, so you'll notice here if I run my cursor, it's still giving us full-scale values. Okay, but we can go into the settings and say plot calibrated level. Because now we've calibrated this input, now it's going to give me actual SPL values per frequency.
That's nice.
So I'm whistling at about 70 decibels. And as a machine manufacturer, you can measure specific frequencies and build dampers around the tools or around the machines to absorb specific frequencies as well. So if you know your machine runs hot at a 250 hertz and it's very loud, then you can build a damping system in the cage to absorb that sound. So yeah, looking at it in the frequency spectrum is very, very useful.
All right, so we have a whole bunch of data. We definitely realize that sound, in fact, does matter. We have now captured a whole bunch of information using smarts, but I've got a trick up my sleeve. Because, well, I am the sound guy, I'm going to be showing you a way where we are going to be creating something really cool to make this thing even quieter. And if you want to find out how you can make your CNC router quieter, well, you're going to have to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I'm going to be showing you something that is going to blow your mind.
AI may eventually take over, but what's for certain is that smart machines are already operating all over the world right now. So stay ahead with AM.CO.za. For 11 years, they've been the leader in CNC and printing machines like CNC Routers, large format printers, vinyl cutters, laser cutters, plasma cutters, DTF printers, and many more. Visit am.co.za showrooms in Sunny Rock, Joburg, and Montague Gardens, Cape Town, or WhatsApp hi to 060 600 6000 for more info. am.co.za. Achievement matters.